Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP possible from the Mandeville Gold Saucer every week on a Friday when judging begins for this minigame. This is week 415 and the theme this time around, as you can see, is Fall into Society with a weird capital Y and L. The individual clues include autumn chill for our body, near and far for our hands, groin pains for our legs, and dressed for success in our feet slot. In this video, we have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 possible. For your 100 score then, as you can see, I personally went for the Alpine coat. This is something you can get throughout the MSQ, specifically from the quest Litany of Peace. If you've misplaced this, you can go back to a Calamity Salvager and purchase this pack for 100 gil. Alternatively, the Adept's gown will also work, which is from your Crafter's scripts, purple in particular, from the Script Exchange. Or we can go for the Urias coat, which is a level worker craft, the Kiramu coat, the Chivalric coat of striking and scouting, and the Griffin leather coat of striking and scouting should also work as well this week for gold. For our gloves then, I went for the number 2 Type B gloves. You can obtain these from the Type B material storage crate, which drops off of the last boss in the copied factory. This is something you have to roll against and win. It contains a full outfit of which these gloves are a part of. Alternatives include any of the other Yorha gloves in the entire Alliance Raid series. This includes Type 51, Type 53, and Type 55. It does not matter what roll you go for, any gloves from Veneer raids will work for gold. For our legs then, I went for the bunny tights. These are quite good because they're obtainable from the Gold Saucer for 30,000 MGP. They crop up quite a bit within Fashion Report, so you might want to invest into the future, even though 30,000 MGP seems like a bad idea. Alternatives include the Bunny Chief tights, which are slightly more expensive, the Taffeta loincloth, which is crafted with Weaver, the Light Steel Subligar, the Colosseum loincloth from Desmal Darkhold, the Colosseum Subligar from Desmal Darkhold, and I believe the Thavnerian tights will also work. There is a good chance that other tights would work, but those are historically the ones that will work for gold rating. For the shoes then, I went for the Best Man's Gaiters. If you want to grab the Best Man's shoes then, you need to come over to Rian the Clothier at Sunsilk Tapestries over here in Aldar, Steps of Nuld, just across from the main Aetheryte Plaza. Next to the Itinerant Moogle, you'll find this shop. And if you go to the Novelty Gear Exchange, you'll be able to purchase the Best Man's Gaiters for 6,000 gil. Alternatives to this include pretty much any dress shoes, so you can go for the cotton dress shoes, for example, which are low-level, vendor purchased. Again, there are quite a few others that would work for this in a similar style, but these are pretty much the best. There's not really much point in listing other alternatives, in my opinion. For an 80 with dies then, these are your best in slot dies. As you can see, gunmetal black on any weapon that's dieable in the game. This is obviously from Skybuilder scripts, 500 of which from Ishgard's Firmament of Ishgard. You'll also need to apply that to any gloves in the game and also any feet in the game that are dieable as well. Great Purple, which is a NPC vendor purchase die for 216 gil, will work on your helm in the game. Aldgoat Brown, the Celtic vendor purchase die for 216 gil, will work on any chest in the game. And finally, Pearl White die on any legs in the game that are dieable, also from the Firmament of Ishgard for 500 Skybuilder scripts. This is a particularly interesting 80 score with dies, and there's a lot to be learned from this, so let's move on to an easy 80. So, to do one of the easy 80s, I would recommend crafting some Soot Black dye. As you can see here, it's a level 30 recipe for any craft. Then you need to go to any dye merchant, or obviously Kasumi if you've unlocked her vendor purchase option, and you'll be able to purchase Gloom Purple or any purple dye, to be honest. I'm going for Gloom Purple because it's 40 gil and it's right here. And additionally, we're also going to buy Bark Brown dye, which is 40 gil a pot. So if we were to utilize the dies I just mentioned and combine those with the best man's gaiters, as you can see here, what we have is bark brown on any chest in the game. We have gloom purple on any helm in the game. So these are vendor purchase. We've got soot black then, which is crafted at level 30 on a crafter on any gloves. And we've also put a second soot black on the best man gaiters, which is available for 6,000 gil from the novelty exchange at Sunsilk Tapestries over in Uldar next to the Aetheryte Plaza. That is certainly one way to do this. Another way is to combine any two items from that 100 score. For example, on my alt here, we have the Alpine Coat, which again is from the Litany of Peace MSQ. And if you've misplaced this, it's only 100 gil from a Calamity Salvager NPC. And then I've combined that with the 6,000 gil vendor purchased Best Man's Gaiters, again from Sunsilk Tapestries off of the Novelty Exchange in Uldar, just outside of the Aetheryte Plaza. You'll be able to purchase these from that vendor there. Any two items from about 100, as well as having something equipped in every slot, will guarantee you at least 80 score. So nice and simple. Hopefully this was helpful this week, and you should be able to do this on a free trial account. And yeah, if you've got any other solutions that will help others, feel free to share them in the comment section. Have a fantastic weekend. Much love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.